So we talked last week about the Memphis Grizzlies, how good they've been, all these role players stepping up, Desmond Bain, Anthony Melton, all these people that the casual fan has no idea who they are. You know, Dylan Brooks is doing things. They won 9 of 10. They were, like, it was not an exaggeration to say that they were the hottest team in basketball at the time that segment came out. And if you've been following the Heat Check or this league at all, you'll know and could guess exactly what followed after that. A mush. An immediate downward spiral of the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, yes. I didn't just mush them, though. I mushed them twice, which is even worse, right? First and foremost, they lost 105-100 to the Portland Trail Blazers at home. At home, the day after the episode dropped. Like, the day. I mean, the mush, there's no delay. There's no mush delay here. As soon as we push publish, as soon as there's one stream, even if it's just one stream, put it out on the TikTok, put a little promo out, submit, then it's just the ether conspires against me. It's just everything goes the opposite way, because why can I be right on a micro level? I cannot be. I might remind people that Portland at that point had only won one road game at that period. The one road game and their second road game was that one against the hottest team in basketball, Memphis Grizzlies. I'm sorry, Memphis. And now, worse yet, the next game they played the Oklahoma City Thunder that they had just beaten by 70-plus points without Ja. And they get Ja back. And everyone's like, how much are they going to steamroll him by that time? I know SGA came back, but Ja's back. Look out, MVP. Look out, NBA. Ja is coming. The ninja emoji has emerged. Spanish no more. Taking the court. Storming back. And Oklahoma City beat them 102-99 in about as ugly as a game as the Grizzlies have played all year. Jesus, Lord help me. Lord help the Grizzlies, because they might not win another game. So to recap, in the past year, I have mushed the Orlando Magic. After a hot, quick start, I must remind you, after that episode dropped, Markelle Fultz tore his ACL. Utah Jazz, incredible against the spread winning streak. As soon as that episode came out, that against the spread winning streak ceased to exist. Dallas Mavericks, after their winning streak. And the end of the season, when the Golden State Warriors last year were playing really well, I said, hey, hold on, hold the phone. They could actually go to the finals. Didn't make the playoffs at all. There's just a few that come to mind. I mean, it's one after another. Oh, Bucks, the good one. Bucks will never win the championship ever in their current construction. They won that following year after, everyone thought that they were toast. So, yeah, since the episode filleting the Grizzlies metaphorically came out, they are 0-2 with one loss, including Ja Morant on the floor, against two of the worst teams in the league. Yeah. Any team who has an unexpected segment written about them, I'm not talking about like Golden State right now, where it's like, there's nothing I can do. Like 9-1, Golden State will not go 9-1, and they did. That was another one. I mean, if I say you're a world beater, or if I say you're not gonna be good, like the Chicago Bulls, it just goes the opposite. And it's funny, and it's just the surest fire way to send a team into a tailspin is for them to catch my attention. And for me to spend time researching how good they could be and are. So Ja Morant is now taking a hiatus from social media at large because he was booed off the court in his first game back. Yep, that happened. So I can say that might be part 2 of the mush, because I was like, oh, Ja's coming, NBA, look out, MVP candidate. Ja did not have a bad game in his return, but it wasn't also a great game. But that shouldn't matter. He was coming back from injury, his first game back, off of something that could have been devastating, after something that people thought might be a Derrick Rose situation. And we all got to see him ball out again in like 8 weeks' time. So, I mean, it should be a celebration, bitches. It should be a celebration. Of course he's rusty, but apparently Grizzlies fans have very high hopes, high expectations for how a star is going to come back off of an MCL sprain. They got used to winning 90% of their games Fuck it. So, hey, if he's not going to contribute to winning 95, 97% of the games, then get this motherfucker off the court right now. Because, like, listen, we just beat this team by 70. Ja, what have you done for me lately? We just lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder with you on the floor. We just beat them by 70, so obviously you are trash. Obviously you are the problem, Ja. Pretty bad coincidence, I'd say. Fan base has now become, I would say, maybe a worse, more entitled version of the Golden State Warriors. Just gross, hate them, and like truthfully, this team's probably gonna be moved, so fuck them anyway. Really, like when this franchise is up for sale, I promise you there won't be a covenant where it has to stay in Memphis. I promise you. And so fuck them because they heckled Ja Morant. They heckled him. They heckled their all-star player, number 2 player taken off the board, the future of the franchise. They heckled him. He was 16, 8, and 6 on a 6 for 12 shooting night in just 28 minutes. He was +2 for the game that was decided by one. Yeah, it is a good game. Decided by one possession. I mean, damn. I would take that coming off an injury. I tell you what, fans were not happy to see their team lose to a team that they blew out, and Ja, they let him know it, and Ja got sad. Ja, this is a segment really about just Ja being sad. So, you're talking about a guy. So, but what's crazy is, like, Ja doesn't get sad. Like, it's so remarkable. Ja has literally gone on the record and said, my dad, my biological father is my greatest hater. Like, he has been calling me trash for as long as I can remember. And I take his hate and him in the driveway saying I'll never be shit. I take that as fuel. And I turn that into leading the league in points in the paint and dunking on people's faces and putting my nuts right in their nose. You know what I mean? Like, not even metaphorically, like just actually, that's truthfully. He loves criticism. He says he turns hate and he makes it productive. So for a guy like Ja, who can allow his own father to trash talk him, for him to get sad, imagine all of the lengths that a fan base would have to go in order to get there, right? Like, that's nuts. After a near devastating injury that provides perspective, hopefully, for himself and for the fan base of what they could have lost and what was right there to enjoy the moment of having Ja Morant back. He comes back, and then they do that. Folks, imagine what it must take to rattle that man. This is what he said after the loss. Even during the game, I was running down the court and heard some of my fans courtside, not even in the cheap seats, courtside fans telling me I need to sit back out. So I don't understand what they were trying to get out of that. I think it makes it worse. Like, you don't think John knew, hey, we just beat this team by 70 and now we're barely in the game. You don't think he had the presence of mind to get that parallel on his own? You don't think John's smart enough to see how that may not be great optically? Come on now. Sheesh. He wasn't done. He kept going. This is what he said. It's a lot, man. I'm excited to be back. I'm thankful for my teammates because they've tried to keep my spirits up and tell me not to worry about what people say. But it's hard not to see that stuff and hear that stuff. It's easy when I see it. But when I'm running down the court mid-game and I hear it from the same people who were chanting MVP a while ago, it's frustrating. There was more. This is also what he said. I'm just frustrated. Normally, y'all have seen it. When anything somebody says negatively about me, it fuels me. But tonight, the remarks from the fans actually hurt my feelings. I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to bounce back. I'm very excited about this next game. Pause. Folks, take the PRA for Ja Morant next game because I'm sure he's going to blow it out of the water. Whatever the point number is, whatever the 3-point number, just take it all. Take all the Ja Morant props because he's fuel. He got so sad, though, his teammates had to chime in and defend him to the fan base. This is what Desmond Bain said. It's nonsense. people just want something to talk about. At the end of the day, they want something to talk about, and Ja's an easy target because he's the best player on our team and an all-star in his 3rd year. He will be in Memphis as long as he wants to be. It's his franchise. I mean, what are we even talking about here? Ja was still brooding after the press conference, and that is when he took to social media to say goodbye to folks on social media, which he later deleted because he was so in his feelings. After the fact, he realized, God damn, I was in my feelings. This is what he said. Off social media for a while. Peace emoji. Anybody who need me got my number. Love is love. Black heart emoji. Then followed up by saying, appreciate the real ones. Black heart emoji. The Memphis fan base, the trash-ass Memphis fan base that doesn't even have good barbecue, they felt the need, because it's all vinegar-based, they felt the need to come after Ja Morant, and they ran him off of Twitter. Think about that. In one game, these motherfuckers in the expensive seats on the court ran Ja Morant off of Twitter. Are you kidding me? 3 days ago, Ja Morant was on Twitter speaking in Spanish with the ninja emoji. 3 days ago. Like, Ja loves Twitter. I love Ja on Twitter. And now he's gone. And now we don't get that anymore. This is a guy who was MVP candidate. Comes back, one mediocre game, limited minutes, and they're like, grab the bench, Ja. Sit your ass down, Ja. We don't need you anymore. We're going to roll out with DeAnthony Melton and Desmond Bain. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? I'm starting to think the fan base of Memphis doesn't deserve Ja Morant. If they don't shut the fuck up, Ja Morant might never see social media again. He might shave his head like Britney Spears and go into his own little hovel and probably force his way out of Memphis where he's at it, where he's not going to be heckled for coming back early in what could have been a catastrophic injury. He rushed himself back. He was literally counting down the days like ding, dong, tick, tock. 2 more days before I come back with my sword emoji. Like, what? So, I mean, it's probably only a couple more days before we see, like, is Memphis better without Ja Morant? Next up on Undisputed. And as for me, I'm taking all the Ja Morant moments I could get because life's too short to watch just Desmond Bain ball out for the Grizzlies.